I've done a CS degree, I've done a coding bootcamp, I've built projects. All of that took me 4 years, but I've made the most progress in the last 6 months. I got the job I wanted, I got promoted. In this video, I'm going to share the 3 things that excelled my coding skills. Number 1, we've all heard it before, but no one actually does it. We're going to build projects. Don't blindly follow a tutorial. I've done that mistake many times. I built projects at the end of it, but when I look back and see what I've learned, I can't remember a single thing because I literally just listened word for word and coded what they did. Tutorials are good for learning syntax, building projects. I'd argue not. But the number 1 thing that employers ask for is, what projects have you built? What have you built that shows me that you can code? They want to know you can build software. If you don't have any projects, how the heck are they going to know that you can code properly? If you're in the camp of not knowing what to build, just build something small. And if you say, oh, I don't want to build a to-do app or a calculator because everyone's got it, as long as you're not applying for FANG, just do them. They actually are good. They show you loads of the basic fundamentals of what you need to code. With a to-do app, you render stuff on a screen. If you have CRUD operations on it, that's amazing. If you connect it with a database, that's really impressive stuff for a recruiter to see. They'll love it. But if you just constantly, oh, I'm not going to do it because everyone does it, well, then you'll never get a job. If you constantly think you want to build something unique so you can stand out, yeah, be my guest. But like, if that's going to take you 2-3 months to build it, but you could build 3 decent projects in the first month, then to me, there's a no-brainer for one of them. In summary, just aim for about 3 projects, each one building on the last. On your profile, on your GitHub profile, just put your best one first, because to be honest, the recruiter's not going to skim through all of 3. They're just going to pick the first one. So you're probably thinking, how the hell do you actually get good at coding? Well, the way I like to think about it is, just think of it as like going to the gym. If you do it one time, you're not going to get any healthier, you're not going to build any muscle. But if you do it constantly over time, you will build that muscle, you will get better at coding. It's exactly like going to the gym. You need to progressively overload your muscles. In this case, you need to train your coding muscle. And one way of training for your code is solving problems and increasing the complexity over time. There's a million different softwares out there that you can solve problems on, but honestly, just pick one and stick with it. My favorite is Code Wars. It's completely free. The progressive overload aspect of it is there. You start at level 8, they call it katas, so kata number 8, and then you work your way down. If you look at level 8 katas and think they're solid, they're really hard to do, everyone's been there. I was panicking and I thought they were impossible 2 months ago, and now I'm currently trying to solve level 5s consistently. And what's great about this is you need to be able to solve problems in technical interviews, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You need to do them consistently for this to work. Just do it 3 times a week, an hour each time, say Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. How I do it is that I like to try and do 4 in that hour. Obviously, as you go down lower, you might need more time, or you just do less problem. What I do is I start with a level I'm comfortable at. I use that as a warm-up, and then I do 2 problems that are challenging, that really are my working sets, like in the gym, and then I do my last one to failure. Basically, I try and do a level I haven't done, or a problem I failed to solve previously. I try and get it done. And the final one, and I'd argue the one that excelled my coding skills the most, is a bootcamp. Yes, I did a bootcamp, but the one I did, it wasn't like 8 grand like these stupid things online. Mine was very, very reasonable. They just do it for the love of coding. They don't charge you. They just charge you for the labor of them teaching you. I will do a video, pros and cons of doing a bootcamp versus going to the university for a CS degree. But in short, I learned more in my coding bootcamp in 6 months than I did in my degree in 3 years. Is that shocking? Well, no, not to me. Coding bootcamps are very focused, they're intense. It's a period of time where you're very focused on one thing, whereas a degree is so vague. You're literally covering bits and bits of architecture, of maybe a bit of coding, but everything. And also you'll learn stuff in your degree that you'll never use again. It's pointless. But the best thing for me for bootcamps is accountability. I did a part-time bootcamp, so it was 3 lessons a week. You show up, a teacher is there for you, students there learning together. It's so much better to learn with people than just learning on yourself. Accountability is definitely the best thing for it. Also, they set out the curriculum. You don't have to worry about what you want to learn. You can just focus on the learning. Also, you build projects in the thing that you can use for your resume. In my bootcamp, they split it up into 3 sections. Number 1 was web dev fundamentals, and then we moved on to Node.js and backend stuff, and the final one we're doing now is React. I did mine with RootLearn. Manish, the guy running it, he's brilliant. He just does it for the passion of coding and teaching others. I'm not telling you to go out and spend all your money on a bootcamp, but I highly recommend you consider it. If you're really stuck, if you've been doing coding for 2 years now, you're still not getting anywhere, it might be time. In short, I built projects, I solved problems, I did a bootcamp. These are what excelled my coding skills. I hope they can help you and hope they can make you a better coder. Cheers.